got
Tweeted 20 on the final.
20 in the final. 20 on the final. Says I got a function. It's equal to x minus 4 times 2x minus 3 all over x minus 1 squared. If the line y equals b is a horizontal asymptote, then b is equal to question mark.
Right. What?
How do I find horizontal asymptotes?
So when you split bottom to 0?
Nope, that's where I get a vertical asymptote.
Most negative? I forget.
I take the limit as x approaches infinity because I want to know what is it not approaching as it gets towards infinity, right? That's the very question we're asking. So we go limit as x approaches infinity of, I'd have to FOIL this back together again, so 2x squared minus 8x minus 3x plus 12 all over x squared minus 2x plus 1. Simplifying a little further, I got limit as x approaches infinity of 2x squared minus 11x plus 12 over x squared minus 2x plus 1. How do I take limit as x approaches infinity? Or what?
Is it the 1 over x?
Yes, you divide by the highest power of x, you find anywhere in the problem, which would be what?
Would be x squared, right?
1 over x squared. 1 over x squared. So that's going to give me 2 minus 11 over x plus 12 over x squared over 1 minus 2 over x plus 1 over x squared. Limit as x approaches infinity.
Got it.
Where we put infinity in, all the ones with x at the bottom disappear, so that should give me 2.
Yep.
So b should be 2.
Yeah.
Awesome.
First one.
Yeah, BYU math students, you want to take the next one?
No.
I didn't figure. I don't want you to do that one. That might be fun to watch. See if everyone remembers anything.
How much I've actually retained.
Yes.
I can make up for that.
Good. You're good at that? All right. Good to know. Next question.
Number 6 on the green test.
Green 6.
It's like every other question. But this one's really hard. It's the test that I failed.
I think this was Alex's final.
It's,
2 to 4. 1 over 5 minus 3x dx. Agreed?
yeah.
All right. That's ugly.
Okay.
Need a negative 3, so put a negative 3 in here. When I do that, I get a 1/3 out in front.
Negative 1/3.
Negative 1/3 out in front would be even better. Good? Yep. So then I'm going to go negative 1/3 integral. I got to change my 2. I put a 2 in here, I get negative 1. Put a 4 in here, I get negative 7.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be 1 over u du.
Okay, and then you ln.
ln absolute value of u.
Okay.
Plus c. From negative 1 to negative 7. I go negative 1/3 ln of 7 minus negative 1/3 ln of 1.
Wow, this is
ln of 1 is
no. 0.
0. So this whole thing goes to 0, and I should have an answer that looks something like this.
Oh, yep. B. Okay, thank you.
B looks good then. Green 6. All right, next one. Jones.
No, I'm good.
All right, Brandon.
Can we do 21 on the final?
Final 21. Base of a known solid. Ooh, without a calculator. That sounds bad. A base of solid region bounded by the x-axis and the graph of square root of 1 minus x squared. For the solid, each cross section is perpendicular to the x-axis as a square. So I got squares. I got to figure out what this graph looks like. If I put in a 0, I'm at 1, right? If I put in a 1, though, I'm at 0. If I put in a -1, I'm at 0. So it looks to me like this is my shape. Is that fair?
Right.
Okay. So if that's my shape, I'm going to integrate. So my squares are this way. So I'm going to draw my drawing like this. What's my equation for my area? So it's base times height, and what is the base? What are we going to call the base? It wouldn't be x because it's this direction. It would be y, right? So I'd write y. So the integral, which way am I walking through my squares? Which is we call dx or dy? Dx. And we're going to start at what number?
-1 to 2.
-1, and it's 1, isn't it?
Right.
Okay. And I've got y squared. Unfortunately, I can't just do y squared because that's silly.
Then you replace y with 0.
So I replace that with
Square root of 1 minus x
Well,
squared.
that's a quadratic
Squared.
formula. You could do that.
1 minus
I
x
just looked at
squared.
the answer.
and then
All right. Well,
cancels out nicely because on the non-calculator part, a miracle occurs.
so it's like, all right, I'll try this for 2. So I picked the point between negative.
You're good?
and
Yeah.
negative 100.
And that should
Negative
be
100.
raised 4 thirds.
So I'm going to get like 2/3 plus another 2/3, 4/3.
Yep.
Nice.
This doesn't have to be 0.
Well, why not set it equal to 0?
But because you're not, I don't think you can solve that quadratic formula without
Multiply both sides by 0. You get 0. All answers work. Are you trying over there?
Jeremy speaking joke.
Okay, look.
Jeremy
You have,
speaking
Everyone write down the right equation.
That happens
you
with
have
Jeremy.
this- You have, okay, you
He
have
has trouble
the
with
x
letters.
squared, right? Okay, so like, you
It
pick
doesn't
a
tell me
point
to
between
22.
negative, if it's gonna
22.
be decreasing, then it's gonna be, then the slope's gonna be negative.
Just don't throw calculators at each other. It's not. There's no call for that.
I was like,
Alright, so pick negative 100, right? Negative 100. squared
Final.
is gonna
22.
be 10,000.
and these are the
Okay.
problems that I talked to you
So we
yesterday.
have 10,000.
K is equal to
3
Oh,
times
okay.
negative 100 is negative 300, right?
Ah.
Minus 70.
So let a function f of
That's gonna be
x
positive.
be equal to kx over x squared plus 1. Where k is a constant, for what values of k, if any, is the f strictly decreasing on the interval from -1 to 1.
So we know it can't be A.
Well, that's a
Negative
little
100
annoying.
Can't be B either, right?
How are we going to figure that out?
Can
Huh.
C. Well,
Alrighty
we know
then.
Negative 100 doesn't work, so it can't be C, right?
Okay, so when it strictly increases from -1 to 1, right, we want the derivative to be increasing, right? So we're going to have to go through and do the whole.
Alright, so
Since
let's go
K
to
is a
D.
constant, can't you just take
Or
that
D.
and put it up?
Let's try D. Alright, so
We can. We could absolutely do that. You want to do that?
That's what I
0
tried to
squared
do.
0,
Okay, because I would just use quotient
0,
rule and not
negative
worry
7.
about that.
Negative answer. That should
Okay.
But you're right. If we
Let's
pull
do
the
quotient
k
rule.
out,
Sure, let's try
you know
this
what?
one.
Let's pull the k out.
What do you want?
Let's see if that works. Okay, so you pull the k
9
out,
times 9 is 81.
and I would pull up the bottom.
This 9 times 3 is
I'd rid of the top, which is 1 now, because I lost the k.
Right.
Minus kx times rid of the bottom, which is 2x.
But since you
All
took the K
over.
out-
Sorry, what?
Since you took the K out, wouldn't that be?
Oh wait, no, because
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that should be x. My bad.
9 times 9 is 81.
And then this becomes x squared plus 1 squared. Agreed?
Makes sense. So that it would be D.
So I want strictly increasing, which means this has to be what?
Uh,
Positive, from -1 to 1. Okay, so look at this mess, and I'm going to clean up the top a little bit.
Honestly, so
I get x squared plus 1 minus 2x squared, right?
Right.
Over x squared plus 1 squared. I still have the k floating out in front. Okay, and I've got, this is going to be negative x squared plus 1 over, ooh, that was close, over x squared plus 1 squared. So, between -1 and 1, if we put a number like 0, the top is positive, right?
So it'd have to be less than.
Bottom's positive. Yeah, but they're saying I have to do it from -1 to 1, right?
Right.
So at 0, it's already positive, right? Not counting k.
Right.
At -0.5, this is going to be negative, but it's going to be smaller than 1, right? So it's going to be positive as well. Positive 1/2, same drill, right?
So we need K to be negative.
So we need K to be, wait, well, we want it to be increasing or decreasing?
E.
Oh, strictly decreasing, yes. So since this is all positive, since this is always positive, I need this to be negative to make the thing be negative.
Okay.
So K has to be less than 0. Hey?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
All right.
you can't bring the K out though in front if you want to.
You can. It wouldn't occur to me to do that, but actually, I think that's a good idea. It's a good strategy because then you can just look at it separately once you've dealt with the rest of the expression.
Okay.
Jeremy.
Let me check if I got this one right.
All right. Brandon
Can we do
or
23?
Jones, unless you got one.
You're doing good.
Brandon,
23 on the final.
23 in the final. Ooh, that was a bad stretch for you, man.
I know.
23.
I had a streak of bad luck.
Bad luck.
Not bad luck,
What bad luck?
but forgetfulness.
Uh-huh. E to the negative t to the third dt. X is equal to -1. Which of the following is an equation for the line tangent to the graph of that? Ooh. Then you take derivative of that, right?
Okay.
What happens when I take derivative of 3?
Cancel that.
Against that, I got a minus sign. What do I happen when I take the derivative of an integral?
It just stays the same, right?
It stays the same unless there's something up here that I need to chain, but I don't even have to chain it, right? Because it's already just x, right? So the derivative would be e to the negative x to the third, agreed?
Right.
And then I got to plug in -1.
I got it as well.
So the derivative at -1 would be e to the -1 to the third. My head starts spinning. Wouldn't that be e?
You did 9 plus 8.
Something really scary is coming down the hallway. E.
What's 27 minus 36?
You're losing ground.
Oh, thank God.
What happened?
It's not getting better so much.
Nice. So we get a chair for her.
I tried.
Good call.
Sit there.
Okay, so slope's E.
But that's
Okay.
not what they said.
Sorry, what?
They said it was B, the answer.
There's B. Oh, we got a positive negative issue, don't we? Oh, there's a negative here, isn't there? I forgot the negative that was on front. So it'd be negative E. You're right. So slope negative E. Okay, so then how do I make my equation work? I'm going to go y equals mx plus b. Put my negative E in there. X plus b. So now I'm going to plug in the point they gave me, which is -1. Ooh. I get my y value. I'm going to assume we don't have to bother because we know what the slope is.
Yeah, well, Y is still in there, raising my
Right. Yeah. So I would go ahead and just make b because trying to find what y is would be unpleasant. You'd be doing 1 to -1. You'd have to actually integrate this thing.
That's what I tried to do at first.
And that would be really hard because you'd have a t to the third. You can't actually integrate that. It's symmetric, so it would be 0, and that's where they're getting the 3 from, but still.
Okay.
I know. Good news is, once you have the slope, I guess you don't have to worry about the other things.